talk about this card. So there's three of you from Northern Ireland, two world title fights, and obviously the return of Carl. How are you feeling about the card, and how are you feeling about Northern Ireland as a boxing city, boxing country?
I think BT Sport are going to get their eyes open when they come to Belfast. They're going to see how proper boxing fans respond to the proper boxers. You know, the atmosphere is like a cauldron in the SSC arena. You know, that was a few years ago. It's got even bigger now, and we've got two world title fights. It's going to be two great world title fights. Carl Frampton hasn't been home fighting in a while. The fans are anticipating big things, and it's going to be a night to remember.
So what does Carl Frampton's return do for you? Does it inspire you and motivate you to want to get better? So how does that work for you? How do you feel about him as well?
You know, he was a world champion for a reason, and a two-weight world champion, for Ireland's first ever. So you have to look up to him every time. You know, what he's done in the game is fantastic, and I think every young boxer sets out to achieve what he's achieved. Yeah, of course, he inspires you. He inspires every young kid these days. It's great to see. It's great to be part of it. It's great to be a friend of his, and great to see him doing great.
Obviously, before this world title fight, you went through a tough time with fights getting cancelled and stuff. How did you get through that to keep focused and finally get your shot?
You know, I've always been tough mentally, and just remaining positive and thinking that the future was good, and everything was going to be okay in the end, and just keep pushing on and knocking down them walls. And all I really had to do was just keep winning. You know, if I keep winning and not banging on doors, someone's going to answer one day. And the day's the day. You know, November the 18th, I finally get a chance to mix it with one of the best in the world for the world title. You know, put everything on the line in my hometown, leave no stone unturned. I'm 100% wholeheartedly believe I'll become Belfast's new world champion.
Perfect. So how do you, obviously this must be a dream come true, a title fight. How do you keep the excitement levels down for you to focus on just a regular boxing match that you've been doing your whole life?
Well, that's the thing. That's the emotions that you got to deal with now, and they all play a part on the night, and just kind of, you know, I'd be pretty laid back on most things. You know, it doesn't even bother me. I don't even tell people I'm a boxer. It's not the first thing I would say. My brother is a boxer, and I'm just his brother. You know, so it's something that will not play a major part, because I just take it in my stride, and it's what I'm paid to do. I've been paid to do it for years. It's my job. Just get up. Look at it as your normal 9 to 5 job. Just get in, get a good day's work done, get home. But at the end of this day, be a nice red shiny belt at the end of it.
Perfect. You talked about your brother. You come from a rich boxing family. How does your brother help you, inspire you? Does he spur you on? Have you had competition growing up and got you to this point?
Yeah, well, you know, he's Ireland's only ever world amateur champion. You know, they understand that the difference between the win a world title as an amateur and a professional is it means like there's four different. Anyone can really become a world champion as a professional. There's four different organisations. There's maybe a weaker world champion, and you can find a way to get one. But as an amateur, there's only one world champion out of every country in the world. The competition only goes on for every 4 years. There's only like a handful. I don't know how many from Britain has ever done it, but one in Ireland in this small country, and he's the only one to achieve it. To me, he's my younger brother, but I still look up to him every day. You know, I watch him in the gym. He's the hardest working. You ask any boxer in Belfast, they will always say he is the hardest working boxer that they've ever come across. He's what every young kid looks up to. You know, it's great that he's my brother, because as a brother, you see things up close and personal, but as a brother I can also step back and become a fan, because I'm a huge fan of him. But in the end of the day, when everything's done and dusted, he's still my younger brother, and I still worry for him, I still look out for him, I still keep him in check when it's needed.
Are you worried about your opponent? Obviously he's been backed by a big name, Pacquiao. Do you focus on just getting your job done and making sure you're ready when you're approaching these fights?
Yeah, I never really focus on the opponent. I only focus on myself. You only can control the controllables. I can only control what I do. I can't control what he does. I can't control who backs him. Can't control anything that is going on in his life. I can only control how I deal with every situation that is put in front of me. So I just focus on me, let him focus on him, and that's all that we can do.
Obviously, we look forward to having you on BT Sport. Lastly, one of our BT Sport pundits, Rio Ferdinand, has announced that he's going to try and be a boxer. Do you have any advice for him at all?
don't get hit in the face. It hurts a lot, but fair play to him. You know, if that's his dream to do it, let him achieve his goals and push for the higher heights. I think he's crazy doing it. You know, football is a nice, luxurious sport compared to this nitty-gritty, dirty game of boxing.